In the fall of 1998, McDonald's began selling a VHS tape called Scared Silly. It would be the first of 6 in a series known as The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald. The red-haired mascot of the McDonald's empire had been appearing on screen for many years, but now he would appear in his own show, with 6 fever dream episodes that were a mixture of both live action and animation. Many characters in the McDonald's mythology make an appearance in the show, joining Ronald for all kinds of kooky adventures.
The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald.
The series was produced by Klasky Csupo, a well-known animation studio that had worked on huge shows throughout the 1990s, like Rugrats, The Wild Thornberrys, and even the first 3 seasons of The Simpsons. This is immediately obvious if you grew up watching cartoons in the 90s, as their animation style was very similar across their projects.
Hold on a minute, I'm carrying all of you?
You're the car?
Well, don't blame me when I sprain an axle.
Despite only having 6 episodes, the series was rather popular, with many McDonald's locations often running out of stock. The tapes were also for sale on the Klasky Csupo website, with episode 6 being a website exclusive, making it significantly more rare than the first 5. The series takes Ronald and his friends all over McDonaldland and beyond. They'll even go off-world when the Hamburglar catches a ride with some vacationing aliens in episode 3. In episode 5, they use a time machine and run into their ancestors, a group of bizarre counterparts of theirs from prehistoric times.
Deep down under the skin, we are all really kin.
In the online store exclusive episode, The Monster of McDonaldland Lock, they visit Scotland and get entangled with a mad scientist, which, strangely enough, happens in more than one of the episodes.
But I'm a monster, and people don't like monsters.
Well, I like you, and so will my friends. I can't wait to see Hamburglar's face.
No, you can't tell anyone about me.
The series contains most of the famous lineup of McDonald's characters, with this show adding in 2 new ones. Franklin is a young boy who they meet in episode 1, Scared Silly, after busting him for being responsible for their Haunted Mansion fiasco. Tika is another character who is also introduced in episode 1, though she's presented as having already been a member of the crew.
Hi, Tika. What's up?
Well, it's a really nice day, so I was wondering if you and the gang might want to go camping together out in Far-Flung Forest.
Great idea. Fresh air, campfires, and I can try out my new tent and a flashlight invention.
Despite being a member of Ronald's group of friends in this iteration of the Hamburglar, they do lean in on the idea that he's a menace. Later in the series, he's manipulated by a mad scientist into visiting a cursed theme park called Birthday World, which ultimately leads to the McDonald's crew being turned into toddlers. In episode 3, The Visitors from Outer Space, he makes first contact with some sightseeing aliens, even telling them he's the leader of McDonaldland.
This is the leader of Hamburglarland.
He's not the leader.
Don't listen to that guy. He's jealous.
Can he come on vacation with us? Can he?
I don't see why not.
The vacation sounds just great.
Hamburglar?
Ronald's longtime purple pal Grimace, whose origins and design inspiration has never been very clear, finally gets some backstory in episode 2, The Legend of Grimace Island. It's explained that there is a lost island full of other Grimaces. The gang sails the high seas in an effort to find this island, running into all sorts of hiccups along the way.
This way to Grimace Island and the treasure. Let's set our course.
Despite the success of the first 5 episodes, number 6 was only available online starting in early 2003. In this episode, Sunday is revealed to have a cousin Scotty who lives in Scotland. They pay him a visit and even meet the Loch Ness Monster, whose real name is revealed to be Simon. There's a lot of moments in the show that stick out, like when Ronald and Grimace crash a game of celestial baseball. Or this great character building scene where Birdie insists on bringing her collection of expensive French perfumes onto the boat.
And my collection of expensive French perfume. I do wish you'd be more careful, Grimace.
Sorry, Birdie.
In 1999, a year after the release of episode 1, McDonald's had a line of Happy Meal toys that were small Lego sets, with each one containing specially printed pieces depicting McDonald's characters in the same style as the Wacky Adventure series. Beyond these Legos that came with the Happy Meals, the show was never really referenced again in any major way, but the show lives on as a window backwards in time to the red and yellow era of McDonald's.
This is your very own clown, Ronald McDonald. Hoping I'll see you next time, live and in person at McDonald's.